Although the name on the sweater says the Kindersley Klippers, people in the West Central region know that the team represents a much greater population than the 5,000 odd people within town limits. With playoffs starting this weekend, the excitement goes well beyond Kindersley to places like Major and Glidden, where even in these rural areas, this is our team. Andrew Dommett grew up near Major, Saskatchewan, about 75 kilometers away from Kindersley, but from an early age he felt the pull of the Klippers.
Even being from Major, we're 45 minutes away, and every time I'd go skating on the weekends or whatever in Major rink, I knew the time the game started, around 7 o'clock, so I would call Dad and tell him I'm done skating, and he'd come pick me up, and I'd make him sit in the truck for a little bit and listen to the game on the radio.
The regional impact of the team showed its force again later on in Dommett's life when the Kindersley Arena burned down and his Klippers team was forced to play the remainder of the season in Eston.
I think that was kind of a big fear. I think going down to Eston, we thought we'd lose a lot of crowd support, but no, I remember being in the playoffs against Yorkton, and it was so loud. Yorkton's captain leans over and just looks at me and goes, "This is by far the loudest crowd I've ever been a part of." And it was true. Even here I played in front of, close to 15,000 people, and, it's surprising how loud 900 people can be when they're supporting a team that they love.
And although Dommett was from Major, he soon found he had a family in Kindersley as well.
I billeted all 3 years with Brett and Brendy Sautner. I never had a brother, so then all of a sudden I had 2 younger brothers there to hang out with, and so it was awesome. I loved it, and pretty thankful to have such a good billet group.
75 kilometers from Major, while Dommett was listening in on the radio, Troy Boisjoli was a prolific scorer for the Klippers in those times, but his own story started in a rural area years before. Boisjoli grew up about 50 kilometers south of Kindersley on a ranch near Glidden, and before moving along to St. Norbert's College in Wisconsin, Boisjoli followed a road that many local hockey players seemed to be taking at that time that led to Kindersley.
Kelsey Minch and the Heinzes from Looseland, and Curtis Baselinski, he was from Major. Then you have Schwabs and Seidels and guys like that were local from town. I think that probably went a long ways to get people interested in the game at that time.
Boisjoli had a long, successful stay in Kindersley, where he was also welcomed into a new family.
I stayed with the Dorsets, with Dean and Donna Dorsett, for quite a few years, and, they're a good crew of guys.
And from there, the road to Kindersley led him on a path that he doesn't believe he would have found otherwise.
It helped define, I think, who I am today. I got a lot of opportunity out of junior hockey. I was fortunate enough to go down south and not only play some hockey down there, but I got an education, and I met my wife in the States, and it goes a long ways to where I am today.
Although coming along in different generations, Troy Boisjoli and Andrew Dommett both represent the regional influence of the Kindersley Klippers. Tune in tomorrow on our team as we feature a pair of former Klippers who continue to have an on-ice impact on the community today. For West Central Online, I'm Trevor Redden.